just do the intro.
See, you fucked up my intro. Nah. What's poppin', people?
You fucked up your own intro.
No, you fucked up the intro. Nah. What's poppin', people? It's your boy Loco Lou, and I'm here with
Keith Adventures.
And what was it again? Oh, Potato Joe.
Potato Joe. Yes, Potato Joe. So, it's another beautiful episode of Cigars and Ash. And we've been on a long hiatus. The weather has not been kind to us, and neither has certain cold viruses passing around. So, a lot of people have been getting sick around us, and we're trying not to spread the wealth.
Yeah, man, because I haven't. Nobody in my family has gotten sick. It's a miracle. No flu passed around, nothing. I'm like, stay away.
Dude, I didn't want to be around them. I had to separate myself from them. When they were sleeping, I was in a different room.
No, I mean, I had, of course, the weather. It's been snowing terribly, and then sleet, and freezing rain, and between days of shoveling the snow.
It's the apocalypse.
About time.
Wait, if it was the apocalypse, shouldn't fucking snow be melting by now? Shit. Oh, wait.
The groundhog saw his shadow. So no,
yeah, that's
we get 6
right.
more weeks of winter.
That's right, but for some reason the sun's coming up faster.
I mean, you can't help that.
I can't help that. That's right. I need to fucking change my work hours.
Conspiracy theories. That's what it is now.
Conspiracy theory.
All conspiracy theories, man. Gotta love them. Gotta love them.
I just like the old school ones. That's it.
Now we don't have to see the conspiracy of JFK.
Wait, what happened to this woman announced in the government that she announced about something that's bigger than UAPs, and they were gonna make an announcement on Tuesday, and I completely slipped and forgot to check up on that.
Yeah,
Someone goes, "Is it about UAPs?" and she goes, "It's bigger than that," and I was like, "Oh snap!"
I don't know the lady's name. I would have to look it up, but she was appointed to be like the classifier of all the documents, and also not just the assassination documents, but also all the extraterrestrial and all that other stuff. They've been talking about it. Listen, at this point, I think a lot of the things that they were talking about, what I heard on a couple of podcasts about the assassination and JFK and MLK and all this other stuff, is that like they had a lot of those documents already. It's just that they weren't archived properly. So in 2017, when during Trump's first presidency, when he went to go release them, like they weren't like digitally available for release. But as they've been archiving them since then, they're like, okay, now we're like they're all scanned. I got this PDF on the thumb drive, like
it's easier to spread the information now.
They went from VHS to DVD,
to Blu-ray,
to downloadable content.
Look,
we're streaming now.
I don't want the files on Roswell, man. I don't JFK, MLK. Okay, that's cool. I want Roswell.
Yeah,
I want Roswell.
I want Roswell.
I want what was the Battle of Los Angeles really about?
Battle
That's
of
what
Los
I want
Angeles.
to know.
Well, listen, the way I look at this Roswell and extraterrestrial and so on, in my theory, other people have the same theory, but what I believe is that, as we talk about technology and streaming and how everything advances, it used to be like every 18 months technology advances, and now it's like practically every month. There's an advancement in technology.
Oh no, that's Apple just trying to get you to buy more shit.
Right.
It's like, no, it's just Apple.
Congratulations! You walk out the store and the next phone is already
out. It's like they already roll out the poster. You come out.
It's like, wait. How long was I on this fucking line?
I mean, they already. They had quantum computing.
But the screwed up part is that like it's literally the exact same phone. Like no
physical difference other than an extra camera.
The camera,
different color.
A different color.
The camera quality and everything is the same as that. This one's in like cobalt blue.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can get yours in a shitty brown.
Right. But the thing with technology advancing is from the 40s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, so on. Like there was, the change in technology. I mean, you think about like in the 40s, we were still listening to radio and had black and white TV. And then it's like transistor radios and this, and then, you know, the space race, and then all of a sudden technology just, you know,
it leaped, but it's
it leaped over and over.
What's the name of the thing that happens with technology? It's constantly doubling.
Oh yeah,
every time.
Yeah, it's multiplying.
I forgot the name of it. Damn it. Anyway,
it's ascending the generations like real fast. So speaking about ascending the generations and going back
welcome to the podcast where we're both old as hell and we can't remember words, but we know what we're talking about.
Well, we all understand what we're talking about. We're just looking for the proper name so that way everybody
exponential growth.
Exponential growth. Thank you.
Okay, so exponential growth.
We're old fuckers.
Because we were talking about quantum computing, right? And that was what, a couple months ago that they were talking about. Now they learned how to teleport information using quantum entanglement. So now that's gonna make quantum computing obsolete. I just read an article straight up, and I just said that, and I was like, wow. So I'm like, they were like, oh look, a quantum computer, never exactly like you said, the iPhone. Quantum computer, oh, that's old news. We got teleportation by quantum entanglement now.
So basically, it's Iron Man's time loop theory.
We went from Mark 1 to fucking Mark 45 in the matter of a
85.
month.
85.
Oh, well.
85.
It
took us 12 years to get from Mark 1 to Mark 85.
And now they observed this interaction where they sent information through I guess like let's say a tunnel, but before they sent the information, it came out the tunnel already.
Oh,
so they're saying that those things it went back in time and got the information and popped it out before they even sent it, which is I'm probably like ruining the way they said it.
I know what you're talking about.
I have the article somewhere.
That reminded me of observing the universe. Something's not there until you see it, kind of thing.
Well, it's observation bias.
Yeah,
part of the observation bias. It's in most physics experiments is that like by the formula or by the properties of an element, it's supposed to act a certain way or react a certain way. But the fact that you're observing it does something completely different. They do the same with like photons.
Photons. That's what I was thinking of. Photons.
They're supposed to act a certain way, but when, they've triggered it through some type of a filter, it acted completely differently than what the actual mathematical science said it would do.
So it was from what I read here, it was simulated on a quantum computer, where they set the particle light basically back in time information, and it came out the tunnel
before they even got the chance.
Before they even sent it back, meaning that which means they sent it back and it came back in time to them. So
is this the bootstrap theory? Are we going back into that conversation?
I don't know, but what I want to do is get the lotto numbers. I'm going to get a quantum computer, get the lotto numbers, and then before I put them in the tube...
No, fuck that. I'm going to make the numbers pop out the way I want it to.
But you got to remember that by doing this, you have to have had the quantum computer already. So exactly. Even if I sent the lotto number, I'm just going to get the lotto numbers of today.
Yeah.
Too late.
I want to make the numbers and be like, all right, these are the numbers that are going to happen tomorrow. And then
tomorrow get the numbers and then pop it in. And then yesterday you get the numbers. I don't know how that works. Because we see shit linear.
But,
either way,
speak about linear.
Either way, cash me out.
Yeah, cash him out. So speak about linear. We're smoking a fucking Cubano sandwich. Is this what it was called? What the fuck is it called?
It's a Vincent Sinclair Cuban sandwich. It's a budget cigar. Yeah. So I went through Cigar International. They had a sale, and it was these Vincent Sinclair is a good cigar. And then he has these things called Cuban sandwiches. They come wrapped in a brown sandwich bag kind of deal, right?
Brown bag in it, baby.
Yeah, and it was like $1 cigar, so I bought 100.
Nice.
So I was like, I'm gonna buy 100, and so I bought these are Toros. So you got the little leathery, earthy taste, and it's a little bit on the strong side. I bought the Connecticut's. I bought the Robusto, the double Toros, which are thicker than these.
Thicker than these, yeah.
I was gonna bring them, but I was like, yo, that smoke's gonna take forever. And then I I got ones called Sumatra.
Sumatra?
Yeah. So we got the Sumatra. My father don't like that one. He tried it. He was like, oh, it had a disgusting taste to it. And I was like, Dad.
It tastes like the Kama Sutra.
It tastes, it tastes like baby oil and Diddy.
Diddy juice.
Diddy juice. The Diddy
And KY
juice cigar.
jelly and oil.
So, well, you know, this one, they came highly recommended. You know, funny enough, I'm in the group chat with League of Fat Bastards, and we share other types of cigars. When I shared this one, people raved about it. We're like, oh, it's actually a pretty good cigar. If, you know, if you're just like, you smoking a stick every night and you don't want to spend $15, $20 on a stick every night, these are good to to go.
This is what I would call an everyday stick.
Yeah, pretty much is what they were saying. It's an everyday thing. It's not like
this is an everyday stick. If you know you're the type of smoker that smokes every day.
So we got a joke. They have a joke about Cigars International.
Oh yeah.
They don't send cigars internationally,
That's true.
and they're called Cigars International.
It's ironic.
Yeah, it's like I think their name is irony, right? That's it. But everybody's talking about that in the group and everything. The group so far is pretty cool too. I mean, they kicked out some dudes
Oh shit! What did they do?
asking for money.
Ah.
He was like, "Oh, I'm a bit in a bind. If someone could send me $35, like, yeah, because then
Nah.
people PM you and say they send you $35. They say, you know, you got $350 because 10 people sent you $35.
Right, exactly. God damn. Like, what? Yeah. Let me fire up some fucking DMs right now.
I'm like, what OnlyFans were they watching?
50 friends, $50 each. Pitcha-ching.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I'm
like, why
sorry,
don't you need $50 for gas? I'm a Christian. I promise I'll send you the money back through the mail. But that's what they kicked them out for that. Some other dudes, they got kicked out because, I mean, it's not their fault, but they were doing it in the wrong. They have a mental health chat where people are talking. There was actually a guy talking about ending it, right? And
some heavy
everybody,
issues.
everybody joined in. Everybody started talking to him and everything else, and he thanked, and they gave him information. They gave him where to call, what to do, whatever. So that's cool. But then there's people on there. They're like, oh, I live at no. Well, I mean,
You got some trolls, but
I don't know if they were
you
trolling,
also
but the
have to
guy's
have
like,
tough skin too.
I'm 20 years old, and this is my car. I have 3, and it's like $5 million cars. And then he's like, oh, I'm selling my house. Look at my house, and it's like a palace. And then people are like, where you live? And he was like, oh, the Middle East. I was like, oh, of course. Of course. It's like you're the son of some oil baron somewhere in there. Or they don't call themselves oil baron. Prince.
No. That's the sheik. You don't mess with the sheik.
Oh, oil sheik.
Sheiky baby.
So I'm like, and they were warned, like, hey, you could put this in the general chat. The mental health chat is it's physically for that.
Yeah.
And the guy started posting a bunch of pictures of the house and all that. And so they were like, all right, you're out. So Adam actually gets involved, which is great. Also, I was talking to Guillermo, which is the sales, the head of sales. Yeah.
For Tomo?
Guillermo.
And I was like, hey, you guys should sell the cigar by the cigar shop where I'm at.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that
before.
before.
The guy was like, hey, And I was like, yeah. So I hit him up, and I was like, yo, did you talk to him yet? And he was like, nah, man, I haven't. I had the flu, and then my family had the flu, and I had to take care of that. And I was like, oh, just feel better and whatever. But I'm like, I'm waiting for my chance to just be like,
where's my slice?
oh, you guys got that account? I know it's a small account. You guys got that account?
Yeah,
give me a little white envelope.
Yeah. Where's my cut? Where's my cut?
A little taste. I was like, hey, just send me a couple boxes of cigars.
Listen.
Little cheddar, the more better.
Listen.
I'm like, yo, send me
Toss a coin to your witcher.
send me a year's worth of cigars. That's it.
A year's worth of cigars, the way you smoke, it'll last a month and a half.
No, send me.
I smoke one every day. That's 365 cigars. All right, that's only what? That's only like
20 cases.
20 boxes. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so since we're on the subject of cigars,
I haven't had to buy any.
I haven't cleaned out the one you gave me, the humidor, because it's been so fucking cold downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, dude, nothing humid could stand there. It's so cold downstairs.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta figure out a way to have it, warm.
Yeah.
At least
Not
temperature control.
Yeah.
Usually in the bathroom, in the cabinet in the bathroom. If the whole house is cold, usually the bathroom.
I don't have a cabinet in the bathroom.
There's no cabinets in the bathroom.
No, it's a light up mirror.
Okay.
So there's only the fucking light bulbs in the inside of the fucking mirror, and that's it.
vanity.
You can always like put it in a closet somewhere,
you know,
wrap it with a towel or something to keep that in there. To keep it
Yeah.
cooled out. But because I would say on top of the stove in the kitchen. I know. That's why I didn't mention it. But I didn't see a bathroom, so I wasn't sure. But I was like a cabinet in the bathroom.
Keep them in the shower whenever
There you go.
And then
That's the coldest spot in the basement.
The water naturally humidifies.
Tape up to
Hold
the
up,
ceiling.
you guys are gonna bug out. That's the coldest spot in the basement. It's right next to the garage, and that's my shower. The shower upstairs is not my shower, not yet anyway. So I'm telling you this though, everywhere in that house is cold except the living room thus far because my father-in-law just decided to get this gas heater that it's really meant for outside, but he has it inside. It has flames. I'm like, you got all this? You don't want to clean out your...
hopefully no fire inspectors are listening right now.
Nah, dude. I told him this. I'm like, you have this in front of the fireplace. Why? Why?
You guys living like the Flintstones in your own house.
Dude, no. Listen to what I
open-
just said.
open
You
flame
have
in
a
the living
gas
room.
heater. No, but it's a heater. It's a heater. It has like a grate on it and everything in front, but you can see the flames. Dude, I'm like, you have this heater in front of a actual working fireplace. A fireplace. And then
So the fireplace isn't on, but the heater is.
exactly.
You have a fireplace?
Dude, it's right under the TV. And of course you can't see it because we have the fireplace covering on it, right? So if we want to use it, we just simply remove it. But you can still see through it because it's glass and it has the wire framing and stuff. But I don't know if it's they can't find nobody to clean out the gutter or to clean out, the chimney and whatnot.
Yeah.
But as much money as gas costs, and the thing is that gas is on the outside of the house, and he has this jittery rig type shit going on.
Don't smoke no cigars in your house, bro.
I'm not doing nothing in the house, bro. I barely sleep in the freaking house,
I'm gonna light up.
dude.
We go there, there's just hot toys all over the floor in the
Dude, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
50 Spider-Man in the middle of the block, freaking burning.
And I told you the problem with that, right? Oh yeah, all my stuff is in the garage. The boxes, most of the boxes in the garage, right? And it's a fire hazard. Yeah, and what we have upstairs in the living room was not a fire hazard.
No.
Yeah. Yo, I swear. Yo, there's just some shit in life you just can't make up. You know what I mean? You can't make this shit up.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling you,
Lord.
I'm glad we're not giving any address out, so don't worry about the fire department. I mean, they could be listening. We're now on Amazon Music and iHeartRadio and Player FM, and we're pending on Spotify. So hopefully,
But if you see any discounted empty lots for sale in the New York area, it might be because of fire, some electric gas heater or some shit.
so things like asking neighbors, "What? All I saw was a bunch of Spider-Man up in the air and Ecto-1 just flying across the sky."
I didn't get that one yet.
It's like,
It's the DeLorean. The DeLorean.
DeLorean. It's the flames behind it.
it's legit gonna look like the firehouse where they exploded right through the roof.
Right to the roof.
Gozer came out.
Goddamn mushroom cloud coming out.
So, as usual, we joke about shit. It's all fun and whatnot, but we also, collect and have hobbies and stuff like that. So, earlier,
I only connect phone numbers.
yeah, bullshit.
No, I didn't say it was ladies. I just said phone numbers.
Phone numbers.
I like collecting phone books.
Yeah.
It has a lot of phone numbers in it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just
the
likes
Funko
walking
Pop
into-
Master.
He just likes going into random businesses and taking their business card
that's it.
and
Let me help you, sir? No.
restaurant menus.
I have a whole
Look at all these phone numbers.
Yeah, crank yanker,
Forget Uber.
motherfucker.
I got a drawer full of menus.
Crank yankers. Yo, dude, I saw this shit on Instagram where we were they were listing the things that, you know how back in the day we have a list of things. If you knew what all these things were, you was old as fuck.
Yes.
Or you was highly involved in your childhood, or whatever the case may be. So they list everything, and everything on that list except for the last thing, I knew what it was.
Most likely, we knew what everything was.
Yeah.
Dude, yellow pages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
Blowing on the cartridge,
Yes.
Nintendo's, right? A landline,
Yes.
right? And then the whatchamacallit, a radio. Believe it or not, a radio was like just the old school radio.
Just a radio.
Just a radio. DVD player. Right?
DVD player.
Yeah, a DVD player. Old IBM.
Okay.
IBM, right? And then somebody put a TV, right? But you know, everybody sees the flat screens, right? But they showed the one with the VCR inside of it. Like, name this. If you know what this is, dude, they were listing out so much shit.
That's the grade school special when, you know, like when they
Oh my
roll the
God.
card in, and then it's like,
And the TV, yeah.
just all right, watch this video for 30 minutes.
Yo, they said, "Oh, you super fucking old if you remember this." And sure enough, I ended up holding it on my daughter's birthday party. Fucking Pez dispenser, bro.
Oh, of course. Yeah, but Pez is timeless.
Pez is timeless.
You can't really change the
But
way.
it was like, oh, but if you remember this, it was a specific one. It was a specific one. I'm like, it's a Pez dispenser. What difference does it make? The cartoon that was popular back then is probably still happening now.
Right.
Fucking Popeye's 100 years old.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse is equally, or if not older. Freaking whatchamacallit, all these comic strip stuff, you know, is old as shit. You know.
Yeah, like Raggedy Ann and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Pippi Longstocking and all the fucking Care Bears and
I had my daughter watching Looney Tunes the other day. Old
yeah?
Looney Tunes, yeah, old, not like the newer ones.
oh
The
man,
old Looney Tunes, like she was watching Bugs Bunny and everything else, and then Woody Woodpecker came out, and I was like, "Oh, watch this!" And she had there like this, and I was like, "Yeah."
I had Penny on Ninja Turtles, the Smurfs for a little bit.
Oh, boy.
I put it on Scooby Doo. She did exactly what I did with Scooby Doo. I walked out of the room.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I get bored.
Oh,
I got bored.
I thought it was a scared thing.
Me and her
I got
watched Scooby Doo
bored.
too.
Like we watched Scooby Doo the movie, and it was more interesting because you know she sees the
'Cause of
animated dog.
Elmo.
You don't understand.
No, I watched it because of Velma.
Oh, okay.
I watched it because of Velma. But you know, she looking at the dog like
the
Sparky
movie?
don't look like that. Yeah,
Thelma and fuck. How did I forget? I'm that old. I forget names. The other chick,
Daphne.
and Daphne too, because she wasn't that Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Buffy.
Yeah, and she's in that new Dexter now. Still look good.
I
as
haven't
old.
watched the new Dexter yet.
The Original Sin.
Yeah,
It's good too, and but she looks great in that too. I was like, hey, old Buffy look good.
shit. But don't mess. Don't. I'm telling you
my
right now.
wife's trying to have her watch Harry Potter. She's not having it.
Oh, we watched all the Harry Potters at home, and the thing is this: my daughter is into the magic. She likes the magic and seeing the tricks and stuff like that. She's visually, you know, connecting to that. But,
You're steering her wrong, man. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. Action and adventure, not fantasy and wizardry.
There's only one return, and it's not of the king. It's of the Jedi.
yeah, exactly. And my daughter enjoys the Star Wars stuff.
You know my daughter doesn't. You know that already.
Yeah.
We went to
She doesn't.
She hated when we went to the Star Wars section of the play. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in Star Wars.
So-
but she don't like Harry Potter either.
Good.
Like my wife is trying to let's go watch the first. She was like, no, mom, I don't want to watch it.
I showed my daughter a bunch of
Turn her
regular.
into a Trekkie. She'll be fine.
So what I did was to get my daughter
She's
into
already a
Star
Met
Wars.
fan.
Oh, God.
My father,
I'm gonna have
her
to-
grandpa.
I'm going to have to disown my goddaughter.
I was like, let's go Yankees. She goes, let's go Mets. I go, yeah? What color are the Mets? She said, blue and orange. I said, how the f do you know that?
That's it.
I was like, you know.
I'm cutting
Grandpa.
But
I'm taking my goddaughter off all the freaking beneficiary accounts.
But my niece looked at her dad and said, let's go Giants. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't tell her anything.
She did that out of spite. That was out of spite.
Yeah, she was because we had they had a day where they had to dress up with their favorite team.
Oh, okay.
So I told my dad, I'm not
yeah.
buying Met stuff. So buy your granddaughter a Met shirt if you want her to go in the Met shirt. If not, I'm gonna buy her Yankee stuff, and she doesn't want that. She wants Met stuff. So he bought it for her, and then my brother went out to like
Team loyalists.
Dick's Sporting Goods
Yeah.
to get his daughter because she wanted Mets as well.
Oh shit.
Right? So he was like, all right, whatever. Go ahead. But then she was like, Daddy, but if they don't have Mets, can you give me a football jersey? He was like, oh, Cowboy one? She goes, no, Giants.
Ah.
And I'm in the back going, I ain't telling nothing. I ain't telling nothing.
A single solitary tear comes rolling down his cheek. I'm a proud uncle.
He panicked so fast. I didn't do it. I swear I
No,
didn't.
because I want to make sure my brother understood that it wasn't a joke. Like I was telling her, just say this, to piss him off. I was like, no, that wasn't me. I was downstairs working.
Like it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
But yeah, she likes the Mets, man. Even last year, when we went to Comic-Con, the little like pony things that she has.
Yeah.
There was two. One in pinstripes and the other one with the Mets stuff. And she chose the Mets one. I was like, I give it to her. She wasn't born and raised like us in the Bronx. So I was like, that's why we're a Yankee fan. My dad was born and raised in Brooklyn, but 69, he was 11, and the Mets won, the amazing Mets, the miracle. And so that's what got him into baseball, and that's what got him into watching them. So we have our reasons. For us, as soon as we growing up in the Bronx, all we ever heard of the Yankees, they won freaking 26
straight.
And then
not straight.
Not straight. That'd be amazing.
Well, that would have been amazing. But to me, it was 26 straight because I didn't count no losses.
Man, they should have gave it to us in 2001. We were hurting, okay? Yeah. It was a painful time.
Yeah, that was painful.
And then the Angels were like, go fuck yourselves.
That's all right.
Like, no, it was our time. We had jets flying over the stadium, freaking eagle coming out, and then we lost.
Well, that's all right.
See, I would save that for after a win.
Yeah.
That's a celebration. That.
No, well, I mean but that was during a time where they were.
Yeah.
The sports is what was bringing the nation.
I know. Back together. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying,
keeping our minds off of what's going on.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why they did that. Everybody. I think that was like that, and 2016 Pokemon Go. I think the only time is when the whole nation rallied together.
Yeah. And the only way to get these specific Pokemon
didn't matter
to
what
travel.
you were. Everybody was together to catch a fucking Bulbasaur or Pikachu.
Oh, dude, I was in Puerto Rico. I was catching shit too. I was like, oh shit.
But and then 2001 was sports. It was sports.
I swear, I think my wife's tricking me when we go on our honeymoon. I think she's tricking me to go to Cancun because she wants to catch a specific Pokemon.
I know which one it is too, which is sad, but whatever. Because like you said, we're collectors, so.
Hey, go right ahead. I'll be at the bar or on the beach or at the pool.
But that's the thing. You could be at the bar, beach, and pool, and still catch a fucking Pokemon.
I can't be at the bar. Okay, that's all I have, man.
What you talking about, man? You could go at the bar.
Why do you think I smoke so much?
You could go to the bar.
Why do you think I chain smoke cigars? I can't drink.
No, who said anything about
I need
drink
another
bar?
vice.
I'm talking about a food bar, bro. You can always go to a food bar.
I need a vice.
There's pasta bar,
pasta bars, baby, food bar,
taco bar.
Yeah,
that shit on Dave Buster wasn't bad, man.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it wasn't great, but the food was.
Yeah, because I remember we went to Dave
I ate
Buster's.
so many baked potatoes, bro. You don't know. You understand, dude.
This fucker had 3 baked potatoes.
I lived up to the name. Yeah, I lived up to the name. I just dipped it right in the sour cream.
Grabbing the whole potato and just gnawing on the end of it.
Dude, he had... this dude was stacking plates of the baked potatoes that he was eating.
Dude, I love potatoes, man. What the fuck?
Potato.
It was good. All right, it was good.
Okay, I see the Irish coming out of you.
I did the DNA test thing. Okay, I did the ancestry or the 23andMe or whatever the hell. I did it. There was no Irish at all. There was Jewish.
Yeah. But are you related to Genghis Khan?
Probably not. I didn't have Mongolian or any of that stuff down there, man.
Like 70% of the population of the world population is.
Yeah, it wasn't me because it could track your ancestry all the way back to like the 1600s,
Mm-hmm.
and all it was like you were scrolling through centuries: Puerto Rico, 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 U.S. So it was like that's it. That's all that they tracked me with, and I was like, hey, I'm
So
we good.
with that being said, tracking.
Tracking. Why don't we track it?
we good. No, so the tracks a little back is all good, man.
Yeah, but like we said, we're tracking. So, all right, what do you guys feel about
You know?
certain companies? No, that's your favorite. Anyway,
It is that and potatoes.
and it has to be redhead.
Redhead
Gingers.
butthole, that'd be weird.
No, but
That's why I like potatoes.
There you go. The gingers.
I can't get a redhead,
It's
so
all-
I eat a potato.
It's all coming back to you. It's like,
go.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I like it. I'm just
that's why he has the Mexican cheese on top, because when it melts, it starts to look a little orangey. So he's like, yes, this looks familiar.
All right, enough interruption. What you were saying is about companies.
Yeah. So, how do you guys feel about companies skewing the market to make certain people pay more for something that they're not really innovating on or changing?
Well, it's the, it's branding, it's marketing, right? So
Everything's overpriced now.
everything's overpriced. I think,
Mm-hmm.
if we're going to be honest with ourselves,
Toy companies,
okay, all right.
specific toy companies.
Toy companies. Well, listen, remember all the brocked up, linebacker action figures we had back in the day, all the He-Mans and all
Yeah,
those other
5-inch figures. Yes.
right, all the same mold, just painted differently, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the economics behind it is that you pay for a company to do the plastic molding injection, so it's like, okay, it cost me $10,000 to create this mold, I'm gonna make 1 million of these figures to parcel out the cost of it, and you're like, yeah, sure, what.
But back then, the cartoons were made for the toys. It
Right.
wasn't the other way around. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it was a popular cartoon
Yeah.
and then they made toys.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we got these He-Man toys. How are we going to market them?
Well, no,
we're
well,
going to put little comic books in the
blister
packaging.
packs. Yeah.
And then we're going to have this season of just He-Man. Just,
Well, no, they developed a cartoon. Not that it wasn't even.
they have it on Netflix. They have this thing when they're talking about it.
But it wasn't. In most cases, it wasn't even like it wasn't that they already had the name of the cartoon or the characters. They're like, we've got these random toys. Let's create a character.
It's great. That's what I'm saying. They have these
Right.
toys, and then how are we going to market them? So they're going to be like, oh, we're going to make this show called He-Man,
Right.
And then from there, we could
Because-
move all these figures by,
Yeah, because what
we're
it's-
going to have He-Man, and then we're going to have Blue He-Man, but we can't with Blue He-Man. So it's going to be He-Man. We're going to paint him blue. That's Faker. Okay,
because it started
different hair.
with that. It started out with they had the Battle Cat, they had the plastic animals, and they're like, how the hell are we gonna sell this? That's not,
in one position.
yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
Then you put the mask on and off.
early Funko, it was like they were all the same mold,
Same mold. Yep.
and then same thing now. Like I said, they just painted different characters,
Uh-huh.
right? With different color schemes or different they use plastic, different color plastics, but it was the same mold, and it's like, okay, same position, just brocked up, and then every time they came out with an exclusive, it's like, okay, you could tell. Like, oh, that glasses and the hat are the same as this other thing that they did a year ago. Well, so they're just reusing the parts.
We're going
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Purple Batman and blue Batman. They're all the same position.
Yeah, all the chromes and everything is like, yeah.
Yeah, but now they're funny enough. Now they're posing them. Now you have
they have
sceneries.
some-
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they like every business advances, and then they have
Well, the cost of production.
expressions on their faces now.
Well, the cost of
Those-
production gets lower the more you make them, right? The more
Yeah,
that you
'cause-
make.
Yeah, because basically you just it's printed itself at that point, right? Okay, so when you look at Funko's specifically Funko Pops, right? That's targeted for everyone.
Yeah, pretty much,
everyone,
yeah.
'cause-
Yeah.
'cause-
any pop culture.
Yeah, pop
that's what the
culture
pop
stuff.
is.
Yeah, it's a pop for pop culture, and basically, it's targeted for children, but adults.
The box says it's not a toy.
But the box says it's not a toy. But the box says it's not a toy. Now, recently, Hasbro put out their new Maximum series for Spider-Man, right? And this Spider-Man's no different than the one they pulled out a couple of weeks ago, right? Except they added 8 more accessory parts, right? In comparison to something that they already had with a bunch of accessories. The price tag for that particular figure was $25. For 8 more accessories, they double in the price. And they're saying, oh, it's a brand new mold, it's brand new articulation, and that's pretty much the gist of it, right? And they have a new packaging, which, funny enough, the packaging is modeling after the company that's whipping their ass.
Marvel Selects?
No.
Oh.
Mafex, import company.
Oh.
Now, import, specifically like Mafex, they do a $100 figure, depending on the size of the figure, right? $100 figure range, and you get all the accessories, interchangeable heads, all that other stuff, right? But they're always been at that $100 price range. So there's times that a figure will cost less, either because the licensing is lower, or it will go a little higher because the figure is bigger, or it comes with a little bit more, just a little bit, and it's no more than $10, right? These people at Hasbro had the audacity to show off this figure, not give a price on it, and then let, quote unquote, the collectors create the market, right? So everyone's suggesting, oh, this is going to be $40, this is going to be $50, this is going to be, if it's more than this, I'm out of the game, So basically,
they let the public
do
their
the market research for themselves, right? But they're comparing prices to figures that are imports, which doesn't fly. You know what I mean? These specific domestic figures are $20, $25. Why all of a sudden it's $50 plus shipping and handling equals to $60? Is it worth it? Some people say, yeah, that's why it sold out. But if it's going into production and you don't have the quantity, why would it sell out in your own website before any of the other mom and pop shops? Creating the FOMO?
Yeah, definitely FOMO.
It's always FOMO.
It's
So
also,
they bank on that.
They know it's artificially creating demand.
I'm glad you said that. Artificially creating demand. Because a lot of people on YouTube that are in the toy community, they're arguing that, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. This is going to be the end-all, be-all Spider-Man, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So it's causing conflict within the community, right? Amongst reviewers and people who actually are, collectors. So they're like, oh, but you buy bootlegs and you buy third-party figures and whatever. I'm like, Transformers don't change from their pricing unless it's scaled.
Right.
And it's also ran by Hasbro.
Right.
Which they get a bunch of knockoffs.
HasLabs, they have, 3-0 and, all the different companies, Jingyang,
Yeah.
Jingbao, excuse me.
Yeah.
Jingbao is one of them.
So right now it's causing a rift. Everybody's like attacking each other because of this one figure that's going to be reused to high hell. Oh, it got toe articulation. They made that before. You know what the problem was? They took it away and kept the price the same. If they're creating the market and the narrative, then it's not something to be desired because there's nothing innovative about it. How is it innovative if it's something that they already had and they took away and put it back in?
Innovative because they get it in your wallet.
Bingo.
Yeah,
but listen, you have to almost like when we go to the movies, like you have to suspend this belief, and like you have to go in there and like kind of immerse yourself into the world to enjoy it. Like people have to immerse themselves in the world of collecting and completely omit the fact that it's a business. Because if you look at it as a business and it's a company just doing it to make money off of you, then you're gonna lose the joy of collecting. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to be selective with your purchases.
Yeah, that's what flippers are for. The flippers are the ones that make you lose the joy of collecting.
Right.
Shouldn't be the company.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The company's creating the FOMO.
Yeah.
People are already flipping this figure for $80 to $100. And it's not even created yet. It's going into print, but it hasn't even It hasn't
pre-orders.
Right, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. How is it
based
that
on
you're the
pre-sales.
company,
Yeah.
you have a pre-order up, right? Your pre-order sells out. How a pre-order sells out if you don't have actual stock in items? Mind you, all your other mom and pop shops still have it available, and then like maybe a day or so later, they go out of stock, and then the following day come back into stock. But they're the only ones coming in and out of stock, and yours is still out of stock.
Coming in and out of actual stock or just their pre-order.
They're pre-order.
Pre-orders.
They're
Well,
pre-orders.
they give them maybe they give them an allotment. Like not an allotment like physical product, but let's say, okay, the base website say we're gonna have 10,000 pieces, and then for all our affiliates we're gonna have 2,000 pieces per affiliate. So like at that point it's phantom numbers, because you can say, okay, well, all right, now that we know the demand, it's in business it's called economies of scale, right? The more you produce, the lower the cost is. So I used to do this when I was selling, promotional products like stuff for conventions, bags and keychains and stuff. You go and say, okay, well, I'm doing this. I'm making 500 of them. How many do you want? Oh, I'll take 200. I'll take 100 of these. I'll take 100. And I get enough people to gather up together that, okay, each person wants 500 of them. I can now go to the factory and say, okay, instead of the 500 that I wanted, give me 2,500. So I already pre-sold my product based on what their orders are, and because I ordered a certain quantity, my profit margin increased because I was spending less for it, because I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people wanted 500 each, and that covered my cost.
Gotcha.
And more, because like you said, the more that you told them to produce, the less is going to come out for you.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to send more. But yeah, the whole pre-order thing, it's like you said, 10,000 pieces. Maybe like the mom and pop shops and stuff like that they give to the affiliates. They'll put 1,000 of the 2,000 they have on pre-order, and that's how they sell out. Because then they know, okay, the other 1,000 we're going to have in store, and people are going to come into the store to buy it.
Yeah, but this is like Big Bad Toy Store I'm talking about, which is not an in-store spot. It's a affiliate.
Online.
No, so
online
like
affiliate.
I said, online.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Toy Wiz. I called them for a different product, but I called them because I'm wondering if they're gonna have this product comes out in June. They sold out online, and because they have a brick and mortar store, they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have product in the store as well." So most likely stores like that, what they do is they split it. So they'll put on 1,000 website. If it's purely website, they probably just banking on the seeing how many people really needed it, or that we're gonna get 2,000. Put 1,500 for now, and see how it goes. Oh, it's sold out. Okay, now release 100 more, and that's why all of a sudden you see the flip. The same thing happened on Amazon with the product that I'm looking for. It sold out, and I was like, oh crap, I just missed out. And then a couple hours later, I checked, and it was back on for pre-order. So I was able to go ahead and pop in and pre-order what I wanted.
Yeah, but it's not from the hosts, the manufacturer, right? You got it from Amazon. That's the one you're banking on, right? To have it available.
Well, I got one from Best Buy as well. Best Buy did the same thing, where they put it up and then the pre-orders right now, and then a couple hours later I checked and it was back on again. And then I tried picking something up and it sold out and it left my cart. And I was like, oh crap, it left my cart.
Yeah. So the big problem is that a lot of people are considering this specific figure to be an artisan edition, which me and you and Keith discussed artisan on Hot Toys, which is like a $500 price tag for a collectible. That's a different scale.
Better materials, craftsmanship. The leather goods,
rooted hair, movable articulation in the eyes and stuff like that, like realism, right? So people are trying to convey this as top tier action figure, right? For a domestic company doing a domestic line that's charging you double just for 8 pieces of accessories.
But it's accessories too. Not even the figure itself.
Exactly. That's the problem.
That's crazy.
That's the problem. They're like, oh, but it has. It's a new mold. No, it's not. It looks new to you, but it's not new.
I'm trying to think.
Because if they have the ability to make the articulation joints a specific way, and then after 5 years they decide to remove it,
right,
quote unquote, for cost, right? Which is bullshit because the price never changed. It just kept going up with their shitty articulation. And then, oh, we're doing a new maximum line. This is the same stuff that they had 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So technically it's a relaunch, but they're saying it's new.
Yeah, it's almost similar. It's not exactly the same, but similar like with Legos, where like you buy Lego sets. It's whatever. It's a spaceship. It's a vehicle. It's whatever like a community scene or action scene, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But the some of the subsection of the collector market is the collecting of the minifigs. The actual little figures.
Yes.
You have to buy the big ass set to get this one or two little figures that only come in that set.
Yeah.
So that's where the price parity is, like, and it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
because it's a character.
Right.
It's the character you buy.
It's a character, but it's for Lego, it's technically the accessory, and that's similar to what you're talking about. Is like they're selling, they're hyping the accessories, which is probably the smallest.
The smallest of bullshit that you can ever find.
The smallest whatever the hell it is, and the lowest cost for them to produce, which is driving the sales of the actual bigger figure. So that's what that's.
And then happening. They also got the shills pushing it too, saying that this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, the community hype is a real thing. Like you said, FOMO, community hype, influencers. There's influencers in everything. There's collectors, influencers. There's health and beauty influencers, whatever, all the crypto boys, all that stuff, right? So the hype is gonna be like, oh, this is the new hot, whatever, get on it, sneakerheads, this is the new hot, right? And like they're doing it for clout, they're getting the views, so that's one thing. They're capitalizing on their exposure. They really don't care about the product. They're probably not even gonna get the product themselves. They're monetizing a sliver of the views just talking about it, and then the company's like, yeah, okay, fuck it, if it was me and it was a business, I was like, all right, great, we sold out, fantastic, we made, that's what we wanted to do in the first place, because that's where the secondary and the tertiary market comes, is where people start trading and collecting.
But a lot of also the issue is that Hasbro doesn't make enough of the proper character that people want to purchase, and too much of the people that no one wants to buy. For instance, you'll see a lot of stock of Hasbro Marvel Legends in Ollie's, Five Below, and other places like that because they're just sitting in a lot of the stores, right? So a lot of people
they already made their money off of it because
bingo. But
let's say I'm just throwing an arbitrary number out there. Let's say it's 10,000 pieces, right? They plan to make 10,000 pieces of every character, and some hit and some don't. But guess what? They sell it at a price point where they make their money back on the production. Who cares if it's at Five Below later on?
Well, the other stores like Walmart, Target, where you find most of these places at, and the company themselves, not Target or Walmart, but the company themselves that are the manufacturers, they're the ones who are renting out the space. They're renting out the space to push their product. Right? So
they have like an end cap. They're paying,
not just an end cap, a whole aisle.
Right.
They'll have a whole aisle.
They're paying for the real estate, the shelf space. Right.
Yeah. So what happens is when that real estate gets overstocked, the Target or Walmart, when it comes time to get something new, they can't until that shelf is empty. And since they sit on so much dead stock, they have to ship it out to Ollie's or Five Below. So that way they can make room for the new stock.
Yeah, something that's always been done. I mean, to date myself, when I worked at the Wiz, when we, TVs and all that stuff, and then when the TVs started getting, when we started getting a lot of returns or TVs and all these electronics started going,
well, the life cycle,
outdated.
Not outdated, but when they stopped making it. I forgot
they get
discontinued. Thank you. We ship our product to Circuit City.
Yeah.
So when you go to Circuit City, all that stuff is refurbished, or discontinued TVs and discontinued refurbished washing machines, and that's why you get it for so much less. Because we end up with this stock where we're like, okay, we need to get rid of this.
I just want to point out that he mentioned 2 companies that don't exist
that
anymore.
no longer exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. 2 stores that don't exist anymore.
If we want to try it, we'll try more updated. Best Buy.
Yeah, because
And,
Best Buy bought out Circuit City.
But well, I guess Best Buy now does refurbish as well. But we used to ship it to a different company, and funny enough, they would pay us for the stock. So we have all this discontinued stuff. There's a price point that they buy it for, and then they sell it at their store. So either way, the company's still making their money.
So
Because whether you ship it out to a different store,
They make a
It's reduced
portion, but
price,
it's still
but-
lost. It's still a.
it depends. Like I said, it depends if they meet their price point. Then who really cares where they ship out the other side?
Well, that's the company itself, because they're the ones who have to ship it out from the store and put it into another store that's don't have anything, and they have to sell it at a loss.
At a loss.
So
it's gonna be at a loss, but yeah, they made.
So this is where the argument goes for the imports and high end figures, right? They're trying to compare this domestic figure that's meant for children that adult collectors seem to collect, when it's really meant for children's in the kids aisle, right? Comparing it to an import that you would normally not see in anything other than a specialty shop, right? And a specialty shop will only carry maybe 1 case of it, and a case will count like maybe 6-7 figures, right? That's not even a lot. That's a lot for the mom and pop shop, but that's not a lot when you think of domestic distribution as far as like a company like Hasbro. Now, recently something came up for the Real Ghostbusters Armando, which is a 1/12 scale Real Ghostbusters. You get an Egon Spangler, Intro Ghost, and the Boogeyman, right? And the Boogeyman and Egon together is an exclusive to the store. You have a month to get it on the Mondo website, and it is $202, just like the Peter Venkman, Slimer, and Sam Hain. And they were comparing it, saying that, this is gonna, like, I would rather buy this because, it's at my price point instead of this, and it has more articulation, where Hasbro is the official license holder for the Real Ghostbusters and the Ghostbusters license, and they decide whether or not how much another company is going to sell their product for on their license. Mind you, people are buying this $202 item because you cannot find it in the store, because it's not a store item. It's a made to order item,
right?
And it's open for a month. There's no hype created for it other than the fact that someone who was an artist for the figures did a digital render, put it up on Instagram. Like, everybody was raving about it, saying, who's going to do this? Who's going to do this? Who's going to make this? Because people are starved for that IP, who are, collectors of that specific IP, trying to figure out, who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Because they follow the creator, the artist.
Right.
So the artist works for Mondo. They think, Mondo's going to do it, but he also works for the Four Horsemen, which is another toy manufacturer, which also doesn't have a shelf presence in any of the domestic toy lines. Mm-hmm. They do everything in-house, and then they have their affiliates, right? And they'll do something separate for the affiliates where all the stock comes from them. You have a small window. Our allotment is, and they'll tell you the number, and that's it. And then whatever the outsource is that. And then they do a store specialty item, which is basically Big Bad Toy Store. They'll have their specific allotment.
It's like comic books and everything else. It's a dealer incentive. You buy 1,000, you get this whatever variant print comic book, or what we used to call chases. Every 100 you get a special whatever, or every 50 or very whatever.
Yeah, there's one at 50, one at 100, one at 1,000.
Yeah. So people are trying to compare this specific Spider-Man to all those specialty items, those exclusive items, saying that, this is, real niche, where it's the people who are saying it are the influencers. The people who are against it are advocate collectors who are saying that, this company is robbing you of your money. Because it's the same shit that we got last year, just with 8 more accessory pieces and a toe articulation.
It's
at that point, you know, you know where the division is. It's between the people that are pushing the idea and the people that are actually buying and collecting it. And you know, some people are gonna get caught in the meat grinder as far as like, well, fuck, oh my god, it's the same thing as before, but you know, but I want it, right? And then 6 months, a year and a half down the line, when the market is saturated and there's 50 of them sitting on somebody's shelf, they're gonna break a deal and say, okay, give me $50 or $20 or whatever, whatever you think it's worth versus what it sold for originally, subtracted by the hype, So the hype brought it up to, let's say, $500, and now you're getting it for $100.
But that's where secondhand stores, they count on the FOMO. Look at not to mention anything, but Collector's Cave. Collector's Cave is when it comes to toys, that's a secondhand store. I mean, that's a secondhand market store where they buy the figures and then they inflate the price when you come in.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you have a distributor deal or a wholesale account with a company where you're getting it directly from the factory, everything is secondary market because,
a lot of those mom and pop shops are secondary because they have to buy it themselves.
Yeah.
So they get the queue, they get on the queue, whatever, and they buy. They have their employees doing it, and then when they get it in, they hoping that there's like like I said, a FOMO going on where, oh my god, I need to get the figure. It's they only made so many. Then they go into that mom and pop store, and that store selling it for double the price, and they're banking on people and buying it. Right. And then they buy 2-3 pieces, and they made their money. They made their money back.
Right. Because everyone, now with everything's online, social media, whatnot, and I'm saying whatnot, not as in the app, but I was gonna reference the app. People on Whatnot are doing the same thing because they don't have brand deals, or maybe the very top echelon guys. I mean, and we know some of them. We set up for them one year at Comic-Con. But unless you're directly talking to the company, you say Hasbro, so I'm just going to keep saying Hasbro. If you're directly in with Hasbro and say, okay, we got this new product out, we're going to pre-sale, this is your amount, this is whatever your breakdown is, and then they go and say, I got a box of them under my table, but when I do the Whatnot, I'm like, hey, I just got my hands on this thing, it's, this is the new exclusive coming out. It's not going to be released for another month, blah, blah, blah. I'm taking bids now. I've got 3 of them. Meanwhile, you got another 15 under the table,
That's why, like the card market is big on Whatnot because of that. Because the breaks, they go, we just got this box in, so you're hoping to get that rookie card, and that's what they sell out. So they overinflate per pack. Like when you do these what they call as rip and ships, where they rip it on live, and then they ship you the cards. You pick a team, and depending on what team you pick, if they're popular, like they'll be like, oh, we're opening these 3 hobby boxes, right?
Yeah.
You go and you pick the Yankees, and the Yankees, they have it priced at like $200. So they're like, oh, $200 because you have Soto when he was a Yankee signature, or you'll have Judge's signature, or a relic, which is like a piece of the bat or a piece of the jersey.
Yeah.
Or you have so like popular teams they charge more for them, and for you in hopes of getting, and it's even worse because it's a gamble. Yeah. It's worse than toys because it's a gamble because you're not guaranteed to get that relic in the packs that they rip.
Yeah, but see, those are collector items, right? Would you say those are specifically targeted to children or to adult collectors?
Well, there's any type of collector.
Well, it's
children and adults alike.
Because I can tell you right now, I could tell my nephew who's 17 about Michael Jordan. And I said, you know who Michael Jordan is? He's like, yeah, it's the sneakers.
The sneakers. That's it. But these are more like recent. Like I would say for both because an 11-year-old is the most sought out card. Paul Skeen's MLB debut patch card. Right. Everybody was after. The team offered season tickets and to meet 2 jerseys from the pitcher. Paul Skeen's the pitcher. 2 jerseys, season tickets, down behind home plate for the whole season for 30 years. So it's not like one season. 30 years worth of Pirates tickets behind home plate, whatever. Liv Morgan, which is a wrestler, she offered them to watch a game in her suite with her and to go out to dinner with her and all that stuff. The kid turned it down. Kid goes, I'm gonna sell this in auction. I'm gonna get it graded, and I'm gonna sell it in auction. That kid's gonna have his college money and more, because that card is probably set to hit $1 million. Is what people are guessing. So he did plus he lived in California, so 30 years of pirate tickets ain't gonna do shit for him.
No.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but that's a gamble. So imagine people are paying that much money for a gamble.
Yeah.
When it's a sure thing of a figure, and you know you're gonna get it for the price that you're gonna pay, of course people are gonna go nuts over it.
The collector's market, like, you know, any collector's market, you have to understand it's for people that have within reason discretionary spending.
Yes.
You know, so like for a, you know, there are some exceptions of, like you said, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old that knows the hustle, right?
And those are far exceptions, because at 10 and 11, you're not thinking about a hustle. You're thinking about, you know, fun. I got to do chores.
Yeah, the kid wanted the box just because he wanted a box of cards.
Right.
Yeah.
But like,
he collects baseball cards. He wasn't specifically looking for that card, which actually that's why I like the story. Is the fact that he wasn't looking for that card.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't looking for the card, but he happened
wasn't
to be
hungry
a lucky
like most
one.
people are. Yeah, he just happened to be lucky.
Right. But in terms of like the average kid,
Yeah,
is like,
average kid.
Average kid. Oh my God, I love Superman. Superman this, Superman that, whatever. You know, so they're happy to get anything Superman.
Anything Superman.
It's cool. Oh my God, it's cool. It's, you know, whatever it is. You know, and then like it's the parents that are
the ones paying for it.
Right? So it's like, you know, if the parents are in the hype in the market and so on, okay. Like what I used to do is, not as a parent, but, you know,
As an uncle, as a godfather,
you know, whatever, right? You know, if it's something that I wanted, I'd buy 3 of them. One to open, one to display, one to sell, or, you know, one to open, one, you know,
one to rock, one to stock.
You know, one to rock, one to stock, and one for, you know, like
one for play, one for display.
You know, long term. You know, the ones, you know, you keep one out. You sell one, and the third one you're like, okay, let's see how the market goes up and down over the next year or two. Maybe I can sell this one, you know, and you make your money back on it, or you give it to someone.
Yeah, but the average mom and pop ain't gonna be doing none of that. You know what I mean? And a collector's market is a very niche market at that. We're not like, specifically in American culture, we are the biggest consumer of garbage.
But the collector's market is always going to be a second or third, secondary or tertiary, or third market. It's not the mom and pops, because they already have the wholesale deal, the you know, whatever distributor deal, where they get it at a set cost. And then if it sits on the shelf for a month, it doesn't matter, because that's what, I can still sell it if I have price and make my money back.
Yeah. So
you know,
the word is out for this particular piece, though, that it's not even going to make it to the shelf. It's not even going to make it to the shelf. Like, they're legitimately trying, because they never did this before with anything else besides HasLab stuff. But HasLab stuff, you have an allotted time to make this order, right, and put your stuff in before you you commit to the order, or you miss out completely. They did that with Galactus. They did that with Sentinel. They did that with the Ecto 1 regular edition and the deluxe edition, where you can convert it to the Ecto 1,
Ecto
2. Ecto 1A.
Okay.
So here they try to do that with this quote unquote new Maximum line. So they're still going to push out their regular Marvel Legends line, but this is supposed to be a step above it, charging you a deluxe figure price, which is basically a builder figure price. So you would normally buy like 6 figures to build this extra figure for free, which is technically not for free, because they're charging you for the piece, right? So a couple of years down the line, they offer it as a separate figure with a $35 to $40 price tag, because it is a bigger figure. Add $10 more to that, you got what is now the Spider-Man stuff, which is just 8 more accessories, like an extra head, extra hands, or webs or whatever the case may be, and people are going nuts over it in both directions. I'm not saying in a, just positive, but they're also going negative to it. It's really causing a rift in the community as far as why should we be paying more for something we just got? Is it because it has the McFarlane head? Is it because it has these web shooting hands? It's like the arguments between both parties. It's so crazy.
Well, as we get ready to close out, I'm going to leave you with a thought. From way back in the day, P.T. Barnum, there's a sucker born every minute.
Ooh, let them know. Let them know.
Because, as long as they keep creating things, there's always going to be a buyer for it. And it's a double-edged sword, because if they stop creating things, there's going to be a hunger for it.
True.
If they if they create too much.
If they create too much, there's going to be a overflow of nothing.
Overflow of nothing, and it's the prices are going to drop.
Yeah,
but people are still going to buy them at the lower price.
They'll buy at the lower price.
In economics, it's called elasticity.
Elasticity, yeah.
Right. So
that's what I have in all my underwear.
Yeah, exactly.
Elasticity.
You sure?
Yeah, it breaks sometimes. I have to buy new underwear.
That explains the plumber's crack.
Yeah,
every single time.
But it's how much can you raise the price of something and your customers will still buy it? That's a simple way of explaining it. Like, if a loaf of bread costs $1, you're gonna buy it. If it goes up to $1.50 and the guy down the block has it for $1.25, are you gonna go the extra block to save a quarter, or are you gonna buy it here for $1.50? And as long as there's people still willing to buy it, that's where that comes from.
Yeah, so every company does that. They little by little they raise it, little by little, and they're seeing to the point where people stop buying it. And they go, okay, so people stop buying it here. Let's bring it back down to what it was, to that price point, and then that's where they sell it at.
Exactly. So
and then they sell it as, oh look, it's on sale.
Mind you, I'm the only one at the table that continuously collects multiple different items within different scales. Everyone else, they are very picky, choosy with what they want, whether it's Funko Pop or an action figure or so. Like, their collection is a little bit more refined than mine. Mine's looks like a legitimate toy store, but theirs is more refined. As far as that's concerned, like, I had a whole rant basically saying all the topics that we were discussing, both pros and cons. And that's a very big pro. So when it comes down to being a collector, knowing the market, knowing when you're being suckered into something, and there's a sucker born every day, right? So as I suck down on this cigar, pause.
No diddy.
Maybe a little bit of puffy, but no diddy. But I'm your boy Loco Lou.
Keith Adventures.
And I like potatoes.
Potato Joe. And this is Cigars and Ash with the Hasbro rant and a little education on economics and what is it? Capitalism.
That's right.
That's Keith's.
That's Keith's goal. That's Keith's goal too. Watch, we're gonna have a toy store in the next 10 years with a cigar shop. Yep, right next door.
Cigars and toys that carry cigars.
It's gonna be called Toys and Ash.
Toys and Ash.
Yes. So
it's gonna continue with the N Ash everything.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Because because the toys might outlive the plastic until it gets burnt down. But with that being said, this is another episode of Cigars and Ash, telling you to keep enjoying life, have a cigar on yourself, and don't ash on yourself. Just enjoy. All right? And if you need to reach out, the comment section is down below.